Hello friends, today we are going to spend time with the beautiful Ananze family. The Ananze family lives in Jordan. Monthly income $249. Said is 40 years old and works as a farmer. His wife Fit is also 40 years old and she sometimes helps on the farm. They have twin sons who are 2 years old. They're called Habib and Mohammed. Also in the home is Seed's mother, Amina, 65 years old. Said works 48 hours a week. The family lives in a 2-bedroom house that was built by their relatives. The house belongs to their grandparents and they appreciate its location but wish its quality was better. The house has indoor toilets and electricity which fails 3 times a week. Drinking water is available outside the house and it takes 3 hours every week to collect water. The family purchases all of their food supplies, which costs 70% of their income. They use wood and propane for cooking in the kitchen. Said spends 12 hours a week collecting firewood. The family is not saving any money. Their most prized possession in the home is the box of documents. They are planning to buy a smart television and their dream of one day buying a car. The poorest families do not have locks and tend to make do with flimsy fibers to tie their doors shut. Middle-income families often use cheap but effective padlocks on door frames to secure their homes. Finally, the richest use sophisticated integrated locks. At night, the poorest homes have no light or any reliable light source, restricting how productive the family can be. Low to middle income homes use bare light bulbs to illuminate the home. The richest have diverse and personalist lighting in each room of their home, with sophisticated light dimmers and light shades. There are many electrical outlets and dimmers in the house. Electricity that can be controlled by switch is convenient and safe for families. The poorest make do with lighting kerosene lamps for light or making a fire for heat. Those with a higher income have loose power fittings without switches, risking dangerous electric shocks. The richest families have light and power switches incorporated into the walls of their home. Playing is important for early childhood development. The poorest families are not able to buy manufactured toys. Instead, children play with discarded objects in and outside the home. Wealthier families all over the world buy and make toys for their children. The poorest families, particularly in rural areas, practice open defecation or use shallow pit latrines. Families with a higher income, especially in cities, have more access to improved sanitation facilities. Many middle-income homes use ventilated outhouses with deep pits, protecting food and water sources from contamination. The richest families use integrated squatter seating toilets with a flush or septic tank to safely separate human excreta from human contact. For the poorest, walking is the main mode of transport. Shoes are important to protect feet from diseases like hookworm and to help children get to school. Unfortunately, the poorest can seldom afford good shoes. With a little more money, the nicest shoes are often practical and good for long-distance walking. For the richer households, nicest shoes can be fashion accessories. Some have bright colors and high heels, not for long walks, but for leisure time. The poorest families use small blades or scissors to shave, while those with more disposable income buy purpose-made razors. Middle-income families tend to buy the same style of razor everywhere in the world, usually temporary plastic ones. The richest families often have shaving foam, brushes, and sometimes electric razors in their bathrooms. The poorest survive on just 1 or 2 staple ingredients and availability varies according to season. They spend most of their income on food. Those with more money can eat food according to preference, nutritious value and taste, making meals using all food groups like dairy products, fruits, and vegetables. The richest families can eat food imported from all over the world. The variety and quality of medication that a family has available is dependent on income and the family's local healthcare system. For the poorest, medication is devastatingly expensive, so they have just a small supply. Those with a higher income have a variety, but the amount they can afford is dependent on state subsidies. The richest families keep many painkillers, preventative medicines, and vitamin pills in cupboards or on shelves. Hand washing with soap reduces the risk of diarrheal disease, a leading cause of child mortality. The poorest families usually have a bar of soap to wash their hands with. Families with a higher income tend to buy soap in branded packages and keep it in a clean bucket or plastic box. The richest families buy liquid soap dispensers for hand washing, choosing from many fragrances and colors. Hand washing after using the toilet is important for every family's health. To do this, the poorest families collect water from wells or communal taps in plastic buckets or metal pots. Those with more money install an outdoor tap which can be used for hand washing. The richest have sinks with hot and cold taps installed inside their home which is easily accessible from the toilet. For the poorest, meat is a rare luxury and is consumed once every 2 to 3 months. Those with a higher income eat meat more regularly and keep it in fridges and freezers at home. They have also access to meat in food markets and shops. The richest families usually buy meat packaged and processed by food manufacturers. Drinks that families enjoy together vary more across income level than they do location. The poorest families prize clean water highly, and those with some spare money heat it up with tea or coffee. Wealthier families buy juice, alcoholic and fizzy drinks. The richest homes buy manufactured tea bags and coffee machines for convenience, a luxury poorer homes cannot afford. Vegetable consumption is important to prevent against chronic disease. Low-income families eat locally grown produce, and usually just have a couple to choose from at any one time. Those with more money can choose their preferred type from markets and shops. The richest eat their favorite vegetables imported from all over the world and store them in their fridge or in purpose-made vegetable containers. A place to sit with friends and family is a central part of a home. The poorest sit on floors or rugs. Families with a higher income use wooden or plastic stools, chairs and tables to sit at and enjoy food and drinks together. The richest homes have more expensive furniture and decorate tables with tablecloths, and the chairs with fabric padding, an essential part of every diet. Most families store salt in their homes. In the poorest homes, families usually keep salt in brand-free plastic containers or pouches. Those with a higher income buy purpose-made salt containers that have been packaged by food manufacturers. The richest families have a lot of different condiments to choose from, and salt is placed in a designated space in the family's kitchen. The poorest families use rags made out of natural fibers or sometimes grit to wash plates. They do not tend to have manufactured materials or washing liquid. Those with more money use scrubbing brushes made of metal or plastic. The richest families use specially designed and colorful instruments to scrub plates clean. They have purpose-made sinks or dishwasher machines. The poorest homes dry their small selection of metal or plastic dishes in a bowl or on the floor. Homes with a high income have a larger selection made out of different materials and leave dishes to dry in a purpose-made drying space with bars allowing water to drain through. The richest homes sometimes have dishwashers. Most families in the world are connected by mobile phones, but phone functions vary according to income group. For the poorest families, mobile phones are usually for sending SMS messages. Middle-income families sometimes have touchscreen smartphones for sending images, videos, and can be connected to internet services like online banking. In the richest households, the family members often have a phone each. Many of the richest homes use both smartphones and landlines. The poorest families use water or leaves to clean themselves after the toilet. With more money, families might start using toilet paper. The richest families use a roll of toilet paper. They also have a special brush and washing liquid to clean the toilet with. The poorest homes do not have toothbrushes, but use twigs and sand as toothpick tools instead. Families with a slightly higher income buy a plastic toothbrush to share since they cannot afford one each. The richest homes often buy special teeth cleaning products like flavored toothpaste, mouthwash, or an electric toothbrush. The Ananze family likes to watch TV so they can catch up on the latest news. After washing, they dry the laundry on ropes, which are placed on the balcony. The baby's bed looks like a hamburger, which is made up of several layers of soft mattresses. There is a large sofa in the living room for evening entertainment. The most favorite toy for children is a soccer ball. The bathroom interior looks dull, but has a separate shower. Ananze likes to meet on the balcony to discuss the latest news. The house has a fan to help cool the rooms from the heat. Next to the clock, a portrait of ancestors hangs on the wall. All things are stored in a large closet. In order to do laundry, you need to bring plenty of water. Friends, we visited the Ananze family from Jordan. Let's wish them luck in their hard life. And don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Goodbye, everyone.